a few tall cups ago, I talked about this roundabout that we're experiencing. And we're experiencing it till about March when we get the spring equinox in the Northern Hemisphere. And we want to think about the roundabout kind of like all these timelines from the past. We're feeling the shadows of them and we're gathering information. We're also sending information. And I don't know um, why it's happening right now in this moment, other than vibrationally. I keep seeing a link with the harmonic convergence when divine intervention was fully allowed. There's always been divine intervention on the planet, but it was like full throttle in 1986 and 87. And so when we were allowed to have divine intervention, new timelines started getting created. And it really ramped up in 2016. So essentially, for the last 10 years, we've been experiencing all these timeline shifts. And so that can create a lot of disorientation. It can also create scenarios where you're still holding your energy and awareness on old timelines and you're like, who am I? Where am I? Where's my motivation? Where's my fulfillment? Where's my purpose? What am I doing here on this planet? And 20 years ago or 30 years ago, you might have felt really connected with your purpose and your sense of life. But in the last 10 years or 15 years, it's shifted. And the world might just feel very, very, very weird. And so in dream time last night, my guides woke me up at like, I think it was 1 a.m. and they said, 86, 87, harmonic convergence, massive amounts of energetic information, relay, recite, receive. And I was like, okay. I went back to sleep and I was like sending information, receiving information between 1986 and 87 and now, and also prior to the launch into this world. So for many of you, you may actually have been born before 1986 or right around 1986. And if you were born before 1986 or right around that time, there's some major shifts that you're part of. People who were born after 1986 might not be having this same experience because they were in a different vibrational fabric. They're like, oh, okay, timelines. All right, I'm going to calibrate my fields for all these timeline leaps. So again, bringing in the protocol to help with all these timeline shifts, harmonic convergence 86, 87. An energetic protocol to support you with all of these timeline shifts that have really accelerated in the last 10 years, but started in 1986, 1987. Taking a deep breath in, pulling your energy and awareness into your line. And we invite you, soul rider, at the level of your higher self, your body to higher self in teams, to work with your energetic fields and the guides, to take a moment to reference yourself in 1986, wherever you might have been. 86, 87. You're just referencing your past self. And then inviting your higher self body to his higher self in teams to work with your energetic fields and the guides to send massive amounts of energetic information to yourself in 86, 87 of all that you have witnessed since then, between now and 86, sending massive amounts of energetic information to your past self. Now, if you weren't born yet, send massive amounts of energetic information to yourself on your platform prior to your launch in this world. If you're a walk-in and your walk-in was after 86, send massive amounts of energetic information to yourself on the platform prior to your launch into this world. And you just keep sending massive amounts of energetic information to your past self. It's just this gentle invitation. Just essentially saying, higher self, body to his higher self team, send appropriate energetic information to our past selves in 86, 87 of all these timeline shifts and all that has transpired. There. And calibrate your fields in 86, 87 to stay grounded and connected with your purpose, your passion, your wisdom, your mastery, your support grids, your connection grids, your relationship grids. Adjust your contracts, your magnetic attraction, and your creative current to stay streamlined with all of these timeline shifts. So now essentially what you're doing is you're holding space for your past self to reconfigure your grids 86, 87 for all of these shifts that we've experienced so that your creative current stays connected, stays tracking on the timeline that we are currently experiencing. Gratitude, this present timeline, present this timeline, anchored this timeline that we are tracking in right now. It's actually a really beautiful, lovely timeline, but you want to gather all of your energy off of all other timelines so that you can experience this beautiful bloom. There you go. It's very harmonic. It's here. The journey is just getting on it. But that's why you want to send energetic information to your past self and then have your past self reconfigure the grids and then ripple and reflect that recalibration through the time continuum. And we haven't quite gotten there yet, but I'm just inviting you at the level of your higher self, your body, Divas higher self, and teams to work with your energetic fields and the guides in 1986, 1987 to configure your fields, to be able to track, to not go into disorientation with all these timeline shifts, and then to ripple and reflect that through the time continuum. Again, to the present breath of now and beyond. Little light language, helping that ripple, that reflection from that past moment to this breath of now. Keep rippling that supported, configured wave being all of your creative energy. There you go. Soul Rider, body teams. To present breath of now. Balancing and stabilizing. Holding space for that integration. Taking a deep breath in. Expanding your magnetics, your roots. Holding your creative current in an appropriate vibration. Appropriate dimensions. Breathing in.